Today, I'm joined by Hannah Khan, who is a peak performance coach, and she works globally. And she just recently launched Khan Method Coaching, and which is very exciting. And what I did want to say about Hannah is that Hannah has been a coach of mine for several years, and she really helped me understand what my purpose was and how I could fulfill that purpose. And one of the things that came up during our coaching is a lot about goals. But before we get into that, I just wanted to, Hannah, would you like to add anything more about what your coaching is and what the coaching program is?
Oh, thank you so much. First of all, I'm thrilled to be here. Maureen, you know I am such a fan of yours. And I think that what you've done and what you've created is so incredibly important. It's very important. And I am happy that through our work together, it was a vehicle for you to uncover this. And now you're helping so many other people. So that's really what we do is we help you to uncover what it is that your true desires are and then give you the support to be able to reach them, especially as you know, Maureen, because there are many people that hold certain beliefs and we believe those beliefs, such as what it is appropriate to be doing at a certain age or what, and we call those paradigms that we have. So we not only help you uncover it, but we help support you through it as you are creating what might be your next chapter.
Yes, and I can attest to just how strong and fabulous all of this is. So let's go to goals. And I guess one of the first questions, like in my community, a lot of women are retiring or have retired from fairly high profile jobs or really intense careers. And so now they're saying, wait a second, set goals. You got to be kidding. I just got out of that. That's the rat race. Why are you telling me I should set goals? So Hannah, what would you say to somebody about that?
I can completely understand that response. Like, no, thank you. Been there, done that. But I would invite your community to look at it from a different perspective. So instead of it, because probably many times your goals were wrapped around what other people wanted or company targets or what you needed to do. So, what if right now you just asked yourself, what do I want? What do I really want? With everything that you have done, and if anything is possible, the breadth of experience that you bring to probably every conversation that you have, what would you like? What would excite you? What would have you jumping out of bed in the morning? And what has always been perhaps something that you've wanted to do, but you've never had time to do it? You've never had time to explore it. So, Maureen, I think of one of my clients who has been in the information technology world, been on boards, been on in very male dominated atmospheres. And you know what she really wanted? She wanted, when she was honest with herself, she loves decor. She loves pulling a room together, but she never saw it as possible for her. It felt almost like a frivolous thing, like that's not important. And at her age, well, gosh, does she have to go back to school? All of these doubts or worries came to her about pursuing this. But then when we just held this space and said, well, what would it be like? She lit up. I could physically see the difference in her face when she talked about what she wanted. So what I would say to your community is, don't go for the logical or what makes sense, which is why you want to make a list of it. Because at first it might be, you might be thinking, well, here's what I can do. So this is one of the things I think of. I think, what would I like? Not what do I think will work? What would I like? Not what do I think will work? And from that place, what would you
Or
like?
what does everybody think I should do?
Absolutely.
That's the other thing.
Because Maureen, I don't know if your community finds this or in your conversations with the women in your community, but let's say they are retiring now. Is there an uh, unverbalized expectation from their family that they are now more available for them? Right? Like, where it's like, oh, good, you can come and help me, like, your adult children, and maybe you have that expectation, like, now now I am retired, so now I should be focused on them and more time, if there's grandchildren, more time with the grandchildren. But maybe that's not what you want. Like, maybe you want to do that, but it's not, you now don't want to take that on as the main way that you spend your days.
Exactly, exactly. And just in terms of goals, if you were going to give these women tips on setting goals, you start with, what do I really want? But maybe just a little bit of how they should go about doing that.
Once you identify what you want, don't be surprised if all of these doubts come so fast on the heels of it. Like, but who are you to do that? You can't do that now. You'd need more education. You're not educated enough. You're overqualified. Who would hire you? Do you want to get back into the rat race? What does this mean? Like, all of these things that will slowly start to talk you out of it. So the first thing I want you to know is, you identify what you want. Then remind yourself that the how is none of your business. It will all work out. You will figure it out along the way, but that's not your business right now. The only thing that is your business is asking yourself, am I willing and am I able? Am I able? Yes, you are, or you wouldn't have the idea. But are you willing? So if I go back to that client that wanted to go into decor, was she willing to be new at something again? Especially for those of you that have excelled in your careers or been really good at something. I mean, Maureen, you had to do this. You had to be new at something again. And
Exactly.
right?
And I never thought of myself as somebody who could do technology. I had to learn all about social media. I was kind of not involved as much in social media, but that's also so exciting. It's so growing.
Absolutely. So that's a big piece of it. Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to not have all the answers and not be the expert in some areas? Are you willing to get help? Which is what you've done. You've gotten help to create what you've created. And so that would be the next step. And then you want to write it down, because writing down your goal is what gives us clarity, and it allows us to formulate our thoughts. The way that we teach writing your goal comes from my mentor, Bob Proctor, and he would always start with, I am so happy and grateful now. So why do we do that? Well, one, we bring it into the present tense. Two, we're making it positive. And then you write out your goal in a very concise sentence. And that is what, and then now what we do is we work from the goal. So we say, okay, from this goal, what do you do? Well, for you, Maureen, it was, I get featured in articles. So I need to let people know what I'm up to. I do a podcast. I share what I'm doing. I speak about it. And just, what are two things that you can start to do? So once you identify the goal, you actually, in a way, kind of forget about it and go to the processes now. And perhaps you want to create kind of mini targets along the way, but that would be my steps towards your goal.
Okay, well, I just want to thank you so much, Hannah, for speaking to my community, us life shifters. We're all here, and what I did want to just kind of wrap up a little bit about what you said is, what do you really want? What really moves you? Don't do something that is expected of you. Do something that really speaks to you. And then ask yourself, are you willing? Are you able? And if the answer to those, if you are willing to do it, then you are able, you will find it, right? And write it down in the present tense.
Yeah.
And then start to think about what's next.
Yes, that's it.
So wonderful. Thank you so much. So this is Hannah Kahn. And also you might look, if you're thinking about coaching, because you all have such great experience, you might want to think about coaching. Kahn Method Coaching, it's fabulous. It's based on Hannah's experience, and we all know there are a great number of success stories. And I will add, I know the person that Hannah is talking about, and she is doing interior design, and she has a little business doing it and is loving it, killing it on social media when she said she would never be on social media.
Exactly,
Right?
right? Remember that, Maureen? Isn't it fun? We get to see people's journeys too and how they overcome those limiting beliefs.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Hannah. I really appreciate you speaking to us. You're such an inspiration. So thank you.
Thank you, Maureen. Anytime.
Take care. If you would like to see more LifeShift videos, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel using the subscribe button below. Don't forget to sign up for regular emails on our website at www.lifeshift2isinshift.com.